story. Out of the BP spill come the spillionaires. That is a great story. So, continuing on in my semi-monthly story of anti-Semitism, where I am accused of anti-Semitism. I haven't gotten a letter, email accusing me of being a self-loathing Jew in a while, so I thought I would do this story. And it's about the poorest city in the United States. The poorest. Kiryas Joel. No slums, nobody homeless, no crime, no one goes to bed hungry, no one wears rags. It's a religious, super religious, Jewish, Sapphire Hasidic city. Ultra-Orthodox. They're the people that live there. Nobody eats possum and squirrels. It's not kosher. The lowest median age in the United States, under 12. The poorest in terms of income, per capita, families are huge. No one makes any money because they're all religious. The men, for the most part, if they do work, they don't work a lot. Nobody has a college degree. 60% having graduated high school and studying the Torah and the Talmud. So, since they're all kind of dirt poor relative to the rest of us who make vast amount of money, it's like over $18,000 a year in terms of family income. There's certain things that have to be done. So, for example, the rabbi, and by the way, the rabbi controls everything. The rabbi is the grand poobah. He is the imperial wizard of this entire organization. I promise you right there. The only thing is he wears a black hat instead of the white hood. But he tells you what to do. All right, so to avoid stigmatizing young people or instilling guilt in the parents, the chief rabbi just decreed diamond rings are not acceptable. Engagement gifts are no big deal. You can't do that. And for example, you go to a wedding, one-man bands are enough. You don't want to hire the big bands of 3 or 4 people. So what's interesting about this, even though this community is dirt poor, when the Census Bureau figures out the median income and how poor they are, they're right there at the bottom of the scale, the poorest community in the country. What the Census Bureau doesn't take into account is this community's, as well as many other Jewish communities, and this is what makes Jews, is the tradition of philanthropy, no interest loans. Federal grants are not counted by the Census Bureau. All these families are eligible for public benefits because they earn such low salaries. A lot of them work for religious congregations, a lot of them work for nonprofits that run businesses and religious schools. They know the system. Are they cheating? I don't think so. Are they gaming the system? Better than anybody I know. And it's not gaming the system so they can cheat it. It's gaming the system to support their lifestyle. And given their choice, if they couldn't eat or live their lifestyle, they would choose a lifestyle. But welcome to America, where if you know what the hell you're doing, and they certainly do, Jews aren't stupid. Especially not this crowd. Even though they're no education, for the most part, they're not stupid. They understand they get money. For example, the people who do work, 50% of the city residents with jobs work for public or parochial schools. Parochial schools and public schools being all in that community. And the community typically votes as a block. Chief Rabbi tells them who to vote for. So they have enormous political influence as a community. For example, the kids all attend religious schools. None of these kids go to public school. That's impossible, not because it's totally religious. But transportation, they aggressively pursue economic opportunities within the parameters of being poor and receiving all of this federal and state aid. For example, there's a kosher poultry slaughterhouse, which processes 40,000 dead chickens a day. Maybe they're alive when they go in there, but they're certainly dead when they leave. That is community-owned and is considered a non-profit organization. A bakery that produces 800 pounds of matzah every day is owned by one of the synagogues. So that's not considered a business. It's considered a charitable institution, as is the slaughterhouse. The The city has a 60-bed postnatal maternity care center, luxury. Moms can recuperate there for 2 weeks away from their large families, which means they're there several times a year because they're always having kids. Rates are $120 a day, not covered by Medicaid. So how do they pay it? Well, we're back to philanthropy. The wealthier members of the community pay for the poor ones, because that's part of these Jewish communities. Philanthropy is huge. Well, by the way, the center itself was built with $10 million in state and federal grants. So the question is, are the residents of the city really poor, like an assemblywoman asked who represents the district next door? Well, no, they're not. But here's the good news as far as the people that deal with it. The number of people receiving benefits is disproportionately high, but the number of caseloads is ridiculously low. First of all, because there's a zillion kids in each family. Remember, this is the highest family unit in the country. So a family of 8 who reports even as much as $48,000 in income still gets food stamps. And the question is, are they cheating the system? And a sociology professor who specializes in Judaic studies, William Hallrich, says no, they are not cheating the system, but they have, no pun intended, an unorthodox method of getting financial support. It is gaming the system. So, the story is, how do Jews who have no money survive? Because Jews who have no money have money. Emails calling me a self-loathing Jew can be forwarded to this station, Bill at KFIAM640.com. Coming up, successful tragedy story. These billionaires that were born from the BP oil spill. 814 KFI AM 640 or Stimulating Talk Radio.
What he has done in Libya is atrocious. Start a war, wash your hands of it, walk away. I mean, talk about making a mess. Obama's like that guy in the schoolyard who, instead of breaking up the 2 kids, he pushed them together, then walked away.
Bill Carroll, today at noon.
KFI AM 640.
And now, this week's top reasons to come to Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Number 3.
You could win a new car every week, all month long.
Number 2.
We have 2,000 slot machines.
And the number 1 reason to go to Morongo Casino Resort and Spa this week.
Mariachi Mondays.